All right, welcome to the Straight Up Eagan podcast. Today on location at KidStrong, a new gym in Eagan. I'm here with the owners, Mary and Mike, 2 of 3 owners, correct?
Correct.
There's
Yep.
one more, yeah.
Yep.
And to discuss how they're helping build stronger and more confident kids. So thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to meet with me on the podcast. I'm excited to see this space pop up. It's been kind of a gym for a while, maybe 2 gyms prior to yours, but seeing a gym that's dedicated to kids is very exciting because I have 3 of them. So I'm excited to hear about KidStrong. But first, I'd like to hear kind of your background story about, you as an individual, where you grew up, education, family, all that stuff. So whoever wants to kick it off, go ahead.
Awesome.
Let's do it, Hackel.
I
Yeah.
guess I can. My name is Mary Hackel. I grew up in Wisconsin, so
Okay.
just north of Milwaukee, about 30 minutes north of Milwaukee. And then when I was in high school, my parents kept moving farther north. And they actually opened up their own business. So they
Okay, was that a gym too?
No,
Okay.
Piggly Wiggly grocery
Oh,
store.
no way.
Yes. So they
That's
opened
awesome.
Piggly Wiggly grocery store, so that had me move. And then I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison
Okay.
and studied nursing. Got my nursing degree there. Lived in Madison for a year.
Nice.
Worked in like intermediate ICU, medical, cardiac center, and then really kind of found myself falling in love with cardiac
Sure.
health. So I got married. My husband went to grad school in Boston. We moved out to Boston and
Nice.
lived there for 5 years and worked at Massachusetts General Hospital.
Okay.
And did interventional cardiology out
Cool.
there. Got my master's in nursing as a family nurse practitioner,
Mhm.
and then worked in family practice as well. So,
Nice. Was that all in Boston then?
that was
When you did
in
all that stuff?
Boston,
Okay.
yeah. We were out there for
busy time.
We were out there. He went to school for a very long time.
I can imagine.
Well, we were out there, had 2 kids,
Mhm.
and then we moved to California. So it was out. We went coast to coast.
Yep.
Followed him for his education, and at that point in time, I decided to stay home.
Okay.
Did the
Yep.
stay-at-home mom thing for a couple of years, and then he got a job in Minnesota. So
Oh,
we
nice.
lived in Minnesota.
So brought you back to the Midwest, huh?
We did. We wanted to be in the Midwest. Really wanted to raise our kids here.
Yep.
Closer to family, and just can't beat the Midwest for like.
That's true.
A lot of
You kind of
different-
got
for a
experience
lot of
on the
different
whole
things.
country, so
Got to
you,
experience the whole
it's
thing.
cool you chose the Midwest to come back to.
100%. So, and then we had twins.
Okay.
I have 4 kids.
Nice.
Youngest being boys, and stayed home for 9 years, and then I was actually a member at Orange Theory, so that's where I met Mike.
Okay.
And I was a member there for a couple of years, and was looking to get back into like the workforce. Really wasn't sure I wanted to go back into healthcare at that point in
sure.
time, just due to family like circumstances. But one of the things that was, I guess, frustrating for me as a nurse was, especially cardiac nursing, is
Mhm.
that when I went into it, I would be talking to people that had just had their heart attacks or their strokes, or
Yeah.
they were diabetics, and they had, for the most part, somehow gotten their some genetics, but some lifestyle
Sure.
choices.
Yep.
And so when I would sit down and counsel them on, like, these are the things that you need to change in order to allow yourself to not end up back in the hospital or
Yeah.
have a heart attack, they would be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And just that was really hard for me, and I really wanted to be on the preventative end of
Sure.
that rather than on the other end. So then when I was looking to go back into work, I was like, hey, Mike posted I think he put it on Facebook actually. He was looking for somebody to work at the front desk, and I was already a member there, and I was like, hey, it looks super fun.
Yeah.
Like, I would get a free gym membership.
You can't beat that.
Doesn't look too stressful. Like, I think I could have a good time there.
Yeah.
So I applied to work at the front desk. And
Okay.
had a great time. Like, loved it. Got the opportunity to become a coach there. So became a certified personal trainer.
Yep.
Started coaching, and then I became the head coach.
Yeah, you did.
Head coach after about a year of
You
coaching.
Mhm.
earned the head.
I
Kinda
earned,
work
like,
through the
I
ranks
earned
then,
the
huh?
head coach, like, asked me to be the head
Yeah.
coach. So I was really honored to have that opportunity.
Mhm.
I got to be much more involved in kind of like the business end of
Yep.
a gym, and
Okay.
That's my
Cool. Which Orange Theory was it?
So Edina.
Edina?
And
Okay.
then also in the North Loop.
Yep. Nice. Awesome.
And Mary really, the cool thing about Mary, and really I think why we're here today, is every opportunity she was given, she took a great, the extreme advantage of that
Yeah,
opportunity.
for sure.
She shined in every way possible. And it was like, hey, we need this. And, Mary would step in and really take that role. So, on that side of things, that's one of the big reasons why we're here together today.
I mean, if you're looking at starting a business together, you probably want someone like you on your side.
Yeah.
Well, Mike presented me with a lot of opportunity
Mhm.
as well, and very appreciative for that, because kind of trusted me to be like, here, let's try it,
Sure.
just see what happens. And so that was pretty cool. And then just through him being my boss, actually, we've become pretty good friends and have a good working relationship
Nice.
too. So
Awesome.
when and I'll let him go into a little bit more too, when he introduced
Yeah.
it to me, I was like, yeah,
Sure. Let's do it.
let's do this
Awesome.
together.
And now Mary's in my wedding in October.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so she's
I'm an usher.
Yeah.
I'm an usher.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Put on my tuxedo and go.
There you go. That's cool. That's cool. Mike, how about you? Where's your backstory start?
Yeah, I'm another Wisconsin guy, so please don't hold that against
Sure,
me.
yep,
Either one of us.
Yeah, which a lot of people in Minnesota do. I grew up with my mom in very northeast Wisconsin, up by the UP.
Okay.
Graduated with 26 kids, and didn't really have much of understand city life or what that
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
It was a bit sheltered, but the cool thing about growing up as a kid was there was a lot of opportunity. So you could be in every sport. I was in every picture in the yearbook was kind of what my goal was.
Yeah, yeah.
And the opportunities I think that I received as a kid with access and availability, which might be very different than maybe what kids in the metro area experience, was really quite a unique opportunity for me. Went to UW Oshkosh for my undergrad, and then immediately came out, worked in adult fitness and fitness management.
Okay.
Had no idea what I was doing, so I went back to grad school in 2007 and got my master's in sport and fitness management. Where I actually met Andrew, who's our third partner.
Okay, sure.
He was a graduate assistant for the men's basketball team. I worked in student rec. I coached track and field, and
Okay.
really was kind of this mid-sized university that allowed for another opportunity to kind of explore what I wanted to do when I grew up. After a few years, I graduated, I was a professor at Indiana State in their fitness strength conditioning program, and really wanted to get back into being a bit more of a practitioner. So this Orange Theory concept, came up. I came into the Twin Cities, moved here really to bike with AJ all summer long.
Yeah.
Because we were big cyclists. And fell in love with Orange Theory. Was very much on the fitness side, but like Mary grew into the business side over the last 10 years. Was able to franchise actually 3 locations. I'm the owner of 2 now, the North Loop and
Nice.
Edina locations.
Okay.
COVID, that was a thing, still is, and
Yep.
Really through my connections with Orange Theory, connected with other franchisees that were talking about KidStrong.
Okay.
The big piece with that was the social and brain and confidence pieces working within like a health and wellness or fitness lens for children, but maybe filling in some gaps that sport and physical education may leave out. And Mary had said earlier, she wanted to be more on the preventative side of health and wellness versus the corrective side.
Yep.
And my experience with adult fitness is we get a lot of adults who would never step foot into our space because they may not have the confidence or feel that they have the confidence to work out. I need to work
Don't you hear that so often?
I need to
Yeah.
get in shape before I can.
I need to get in
work
shape
out.
before I hire a personal trainer.
Yes.
I hear that often.
All
Yeah.
the time. Or I need to get in shape before I can come in and take a class with other people. And
Yeah, for sure.
That's like doing your taxes before you make any money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but let's
it works.
go with
I understood it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It works.
So, you know, my background had been in a lot of youth sport. I had gotten another master's from Michigan State in coaching, education, and leadership that had focus on youth motor patterns, developing movement throughout lifetime, and motor learning, and that really sparked, I think, excelled my interest in KidStrong on the fitness side. But again, you know, I think the public speaking components and the interactive nature of team building, working with your peers within this program really is what got us to this point today. I think the fitness programming of KidStrong is quite phenomenal, and the acceleration and building of programming over time to develop stronger kids is great, but it really does fall on the confidence piece that and a lot of the other pieces that we're excited about.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like there's, I just made a blog post about confidence is more of a privilege than a right. Like, you're not just granted confidence, you have to work at it. So starting at a young age, that's just going to build from there. And those people who, were not necessarily confident to come in your gym, have they always been that way? Who knows? Did they start when they were young? Did they have a bad experience when they were young with fitness? Who knows? But I think starting kids off, at, I don't know what age groups you start at, but young kids, I think that's very beneficial for their, their growth.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
so we're here at KidStrong. Talk about kind of what the process is like. KidStrong is a franchise, I'm guessing. Yep. So talk about kind of where the franchise originated, and then what the process was of finding this space.
Yeah. Well, I can talk the origins of KidStrong. So, KidStrong was started by Matt and Megan Sharp. They were living in Kentucky at the time, and they had a daughter, Ella, their first daughter, and they were looking for, well, his background, I guess, was like CrossFit.
Sure.
He was a big CrossFit guy, and then also was in business.
Mm-hmm.
So he had that kind of business background. Megan was a physical education teacher
Okay.
in elementary school. So she was seeing some things happening in schools that she wanted to prepare Ella for. So kids that just kind of lacked a lot of confidence, weren't ready for that full social experience that school brings upon, and then the playground and just kind of the dynamics that were happening there. So she wanted Ella to have a program that would fully prepare her, and they said prepare her for life first, so
Yep.
she could be successful in school and on the playground and everywhere else,
Mhm.
and making friends. So they started looking around, but they really wanted something that was science-based and had a curriculum, and they could not find anything at that time that existed. So they started, they created their own curriculum
Okay.
based on science and research for Ella, and they started training her in their dining room, basically. Their whole dining
Nice.
room, living room became a KidStrong.
Yep.
But
Like
kind
what
of
you
a
see kind of
modified
in the back
version
here.
of what you see here. They just created it in their house. And people started stopping them when she was on the playground. They're like, what are you doing with her? She's
Yeah.
kind of phenomenal, this phenomenal 15-month-old that can climb ropes and
Right.
do all these things. And so they started asking them, will you train my kids?
Mm-hmm.
And they started back warehouse, pretty bare bones. They show pictures of the first
Yeah.
KidStrong. I think they were in the back of a CrossFit warehouse,
Yep.
quite
Sure.
honestly. And there were a few mats, and there was no rig. There were some ramps and some things, but it slowly built up from there. They did move. Then they moved headquarters down to Frisco, Texas.
Okay.
I guess in the country that is known as being Kid Family Central of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really grown from there. So when we came on, there were about 30 KidStrongs open in the country. And now they've got about what are we, 79?
Something
I
like
thought
that.
we were
yeah.
number 79.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, and then there's about, they've sold about 400 licenses.
Nice. Is this the only one in the metro here?
Right now.
Right now? Okay.
Yep.
Probably looking to
Number one.
expand a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you chose Eagan.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, we knew it was kind of up and coming. I mean, like the Vikings
Yeah.
are here.
Yep.
We knew a lot of great things about the community, families,
Mm-hmm.
really, and like Eagan kids. So a lot of really great things going
Yep.
for the Eagan community, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm similar to you. I grew up in a pretty small town. We had 86 kids in my class, so a little bigger.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's crazy, huh?
I know.
But when I moved here, like Eagan seems, it has that small town feel. You know, I don't know where you guys live, but so I'm glad you guys are here.
Yeah, we're excited to be here and bring us to the Eagan community.
Mm-hmm.
I think the families that have came in have been so welcoming and so excited about what this program and curriculum offers. And I think first to market, you know, I would say we've been welcomed either, you know, by local tenants,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Sure.
in this space, and people have been very interested in what is KidStrong, and let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
In a way, you know,
Yep.
without a lot of knowledge and brand awareness built around it.
Yeah, for sure. Talk a little bit about the, you know, you mentioned this kind of curriculum is based in science. Can you speak to that a little bit and then how it's set up?
Yeah, so our headquarters office has a program development team,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the child development experts on that program development are a pediatric physical therapist, occupational therapist, masters in physical education, child development. So they are putting together the entire curriculum
Okay.
that is then delivered on a national level
Yep.
in all centers. So across all KidStrongs, everybody is receiving the same program,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool. And they base it on our 3 pillars, which are physical, character, and brain development. So
Okay.
really looking at, yes, we're coming in, and I think people come in and they're like, this is a gym and it's physical fitness, but
Mhm.
it is so much more than that, and it's incorporating that brain development
Yep.
and character development within physical movement as well.
Which is huge in those adolescent years, you know?
Huge, and if you know like child development and how different neural pathways are being made and how kids learn movement or
Mm-hmm.
even academic things, there's a lot of benefit to that physical movement within that development, and then putting kids in a social piece, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
A
Yep.
lot of those different things going into it. So that gets delivered. Our coaches then have to go through a pretty significant
I
certification.
would call that strenuous,
Mhm.
yes.
Certification progress where they have to pass practical exams and written exams.
Okay.
Where they are able to coach in our spaces.
And I assume the certification is kind of developed through the same people doing the programming then, or?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Age group. So I don't know what age you start kids at, but what's your age groups that you serve?
Kids can start with us as young as walkable. So we don't really put a limit on it, but
Yeah.
should be walking. So most we're saying like around 14 months.
Okay.
Ella started KidStrong when she was 15 months. When
Yeah.
Matt and Megan created KidStrong. And then it goes through until kids are at 12. So once they hit the age
Okay.
of 12, then they've kind of like, I say, graduated
Yeah.
from KidStrong.
Yep. Is it so? I've had my daughter. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
my daughter goes to tags. All my kids have gone to tags gymnastics, and the initial class, like the parent is in there with the kid. Is that the same it is here, or the coach is kind of like walking with the kid as well?
Yeah, so if a child is under the age of 4, we do have a parent on the floor with them.
Okay.
Safety,
Yep.
a huge part of that, and also just like developmentally where
Mhm.
they are at. We are a heavily parent-focused program, so we do engage parents within
Yeah.
the class.
Okay.
We want parents to be involved in what's going on, and that's a
Mhm.
big and a very important part of KidStrong as well. So
Yep.
yeah, definitely keeping them. When kids are 4, parents do have the option to put their child in an independent 4-year-old class
Mm.
or keep them in a parent-based class. We know just developmentally where kids are at the age some are ready to
Yep.
totally make that break from parents, and some are not.
Sure.
So we definitely have
Sure.
that option.
But it's nice, you guys can see in the video here too, probably there's a nice seating area for parents that can easily watch your kids. Kids can see mom and dad, so that's awesome.
Like, it's very open. Like,
It is,
very
yeah.
different than other,
For sure.
gyms.
Ratio, so one coach to kind of how many kids in each class?
Two coaches to 15.
2 coaches to 15?
students.
Okay. And that's the max, right? 15? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And are they partnered with people, with kids their ages, or is it kind of a mix of ages?
Yeah, you want to take
We have a little bit of both.
Okay.
The program is, we are a milestone accelerator.
Mm-hmm.
So kids that are in KidStrong programming for a year will come out about 2 years ahead of their peers that are not in KidStrong
Okay.
program in terms of like their physical, character, brain milestones that we focus on.
Yep.
So for that, in order for the program to be the most effective, we try to put kids in similar age groups.
Sure.
So it's broken up. It's like 14 to 23 months is a group,
Mhm.
2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and
Okay.
then we start to go where milestones start to, they have a
Yeah.
bigger span across age groups. So 5 and 6-year-olds, 7 and 8, and then we have 9 through 11-year-olds,
Okay.
which is called our KSX class, which is
Yep.
awesome. Quite honest, they're all awesome, but like the
Yeah.
KSX, I'm like,
Probably doing some
wow.
crazy stuff, huh?
That's some crazy stuff. We do have some mixed classes for people, mostly for families that want siblings together.
Okay.
I've got 4 kids. I don't
Yep.
necessarily want to be somewhere for 4 hours
Mhm.
at a time.
Doing back-to-back
So,
classes.
Yeah, or do back. Sometimes that does have to be the option. But so we have a 2 to 4 age group, and then we have a class that's 5 to 8 combo as well.
Okay. Nice. That's awesome. How many members do you have on staff here?
How many staff do we have?
Yeah.
Gosh, how many coaches?
Or how many coaches do you have?
We have eight coaches, you as the leader, and then
Me.
Andrew and myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tiff.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We do have a couple people working phones and sales too.
Sure.
That work off
Front desk
us.
staff type
Yeah.
of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we have a payroll of 12 people right now.
We do.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. So if somebody was interested in getting their kids signed up, what's the process of that like?
Yeah, a lot of people at this point in time are submitting their information online, like so from seeing either going to our website
Okay.
or on our Facebook
Mhm.
pages, and then typically then I will reach out to them,
Sure.
give them a call. For our registration though, people do need to call us.
Mhm.
We don't have online registration yet.
Okay.
At this point.
So the
in time.
online stuff is more just an inquiry?
Yeah, the online is inquiry, finding out more, submitting that you want to, and then if they are ready to register, then it is done over the phone, or we can do it in person as well.
Okay. And then when the kid first comes in, is there like an assessment? Is it just kind of see who the kid's at? What's the first kind of class like for them?
We actually have an app. It's the KidStrong Parent app, and parents can take there's a developmental assessment on there that parents can take actually as many times as they want.
Mhm.
But that information can be really beneficial and is shared with our coaches too, via our coaching app. And so coaches can gain a lot more information about that child before they come in.
Do you work with any kids with like disabilities, like maybe kids on the spectrum or stuff like that?
Yeah, we definitely do have a lot of kids that have had in the program that have success. There's a lot of different things that we can make accommodations
Sure.
for if it's needed. But we just ask that. Typically, that'll be like talking to me and just figuring out like, we want it to be a good fit for the child coming in. So they'll go asking a few questions about kind of what activities they are in or what kind of services. We're not able to provide any like therapies or
Sure.
medical services.
Yeah.
This is not quite that. So just finding out what that child actually needs or the goals are, and finding out if we're the right fit for what the parents are looking for their child.
Okay. And the classes what's the time frame? Is it like 45 minutes? Is
Yeah,
it,
correct. You
45
got it.
minutes?
45
Okay.
minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
right on.
Long enough, right?
Right, yep.
And then with the packages, is it like how's that set up? Is it monthly? Is it you pay by session, 3 times a week? How does that work?
Yeah, so we have 2 membership options for people. So we are membership based.
Yep.
We did have our pre-sale that is actually now just wrapped up. So we had a month-to-month membership option. Now going forward, it is most people opt for like a 6-month commitment option for either 1 or 2 times a week for coming in.
Cool. Excellent. Any sort of like, do you do any like summer programs, like summer camps? I know a lot of people do camps around here. A lot of gyms do like camps and stuff.
I just have to.
Keep
I
going.
have to take. I have
camps
to.
for kids?
I have to take all the logistical questions.
Yeah.
We will offer camp all summer long. With that information, actually just went out to anybody that had inquired for us. Got an email yesterday. So camp will start the week of June 12th. It'll run every week right up until State Fair because everybody's Minnesota's at State Fair. They'll run camp Monday through Friday, 9 to 2:30 p.m. Camp is mostly programmed for kids that are ages like 4 to 9.
Yep.
And then we have 3 themes. So we've got a ninja theme, a superhero theme, and then a leadership and confidence camp theme.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. And is that there? You said 9 to 2:30. Is that they're there for the whole time, or is that different sessions split up then?
No, that is the whole day. So they come that whole day. It is drop off. So unlike our weekly program where we require parents to say camp, you get to drop off. Kids will bring their own lunch, and it'll be a combination of physical activity that we're doing, like some STEM, so arts and crafts, and different variety there.
That's cool.
Yes.
Nice. Do you have any kids signed up for it yet?
We do.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
That's exciting.
We did. We got our first few sign-ups for
I know,
camps yesterday.
like for our kids, like right around like middle of March, when all the camps open up, so it's like a rush to get people in before like the camps fill up and stuff. So.
I know. Yeah, I know. We're a little late in Minnesota. Like when in Texas, they were a little surprised that I was like, yeah, people in Minnesota sign up for camp in February.
Yeah.
We're like packing
as
our
fast
whole
as you
summer
can.
schedule as fast as you can.
Yeah.
So hopefully people have some free weeks that didn't get filled up, and we definitely have a lot openings for kids.
So to contact you, website, Facebook. I think I saw you on Instagram as well.
Yeah, we have a corporate, like our headquarters has a
so not site specific, but
national Instagram
one.
account. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Anywhere else people can find you? So I'll put all these links in the description so people can just click on them and follow.
I think that's the main thing. Our phone number is 612-638-2777. That's the best. The best way. Or email is egan@kidstrong.com. Great ways to get a hold of us. And then, through submitting through our website or on Facebook.
Cool. And then hours. I'm assuming you guys mostly do kid stuff later in the day. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Well, we just ran a 14 to 23 month class this morning at like.
I suppose
9:15.
for them, it's
for the younger kids.
So
we do have that, and then it is mostly after those after school hours and weekends.
Okay.
But we are open Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, cool. And your QR code I saw out there, they can just scan that, get some info.
Perfect.
All that stuff.
Yeah,
People
go
walking
to Egan
by.
Arms and then
go get some lunch, go get some dinner,
lunch, and
walk
then
down this way.
over.
Yep, for sure. Well, cool. Anything else you guys want to share we haven't covered yet today before we wrap up?
I think Mary was pretty thorough.
Well,
that's a lot of info.
All the membership info.
Yeah.
I think we're excited. From a business aspect, we were on a very tight build-out schedule.
Yeah.
To make it happen, we had an incredible general contractor that we were able to open up about a month early or a month ahead of time. Okay. So we're excited. Our soft opening went very well. I think we had so many families in our space, so many kids, yelling, "This is the best thing ever!"
It's kind of nice to hear as a business owner.
It is nice. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. So we're excited to be part of the community. We have a very strong staff of coaches who are highly committed. They've gelled very well together. We have a director of training, Tiffany, who is quite phenomenal, not just as working with children and families, but also as a person. So we're we're just as excited about the team that we've put on the table too.
For sure.
To really help accelerate children's confidence, movement, grit, determination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, even just a few like awesome stories that I've had from parents, like they brought their kids in for 2 of our VIP classes, and one dad came up to me and he's like, he really wasn't talking very much, and now he hasn't stopped talking.
Wow,
and
that's cool.
and saying our
I
affirmation.
hope that's a good thing.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
I'm sorry. No, I'm really. He was like thrilled, like the I am strong, I am brave, I can do this. He's
Yeah.
like, that's what he's saying all the time now. And parents saying like their children haven't slept through the night, and after KidStrong, they
wipe them
sleep
out.
through the night, and that they're able to use some of the aspects from class, like at home, to help redirect their kids.
Yeah.
And do other things. So there's already been some really awesome, like positive things.
Yeah, I mean,
coming
talk
up
about like
from parents.
confidence. That kid's saying that over and over. That's just that positive affirmation, just
Yep.
That positive
cementing in his
self-talk.
brain, you know? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
That's awesome.
And you know, when we decided to do this project, we had seen 4 or 5 classes in Texas when we wanted to check out how the program really ran. And one of the big pieces in going back to maybe the gap that you may experience in PE or you know, sport is children are really met where they're at within this program on all 3 levels: brain, character, and physical.
Yeah.
And what's rewarded is effort.
Mm-hmm.
We don't necessarily reward the high performer on the physical side of pieces, and we're really seeing students coming in who are in back of the gym class are already after 2 weeks moving to the mid to the front of gym class. And I think while that can't necessarily be measured, I mean, you can measure who's standing in the back
Sure.
or the front,
Yeah.
but to see the confidence in children and through movement is I think has been really a rewarding piece for you know, not just the ownership team but our coaches and really everyone that's came into our space. So I think we've really developed a safe space in our community, and kind of a micro community within the community.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's cool. And even the kids that maybe are like confident in their physical movement, like I have twin boys who are in it. One is super confident in his physical movement, but a little shy. And he's getting the opportunity to stand up and practice speaking in front of people, which he's not real confident doing. He's been in speech therapy since he was 3, you know, so that part is hard for him, but he's getting this safe space to practice it. My other son would talk to you all day long and in front of anybody you want, but he's not as confident in his physical movement. And so seeing him, and that has been just even the last few weeks to see for myself to see that dynamic kind of come out and grow within them was, you know, selfishly, it was one of the reasons I wanted KidStrong here, but also I'm like, hey, if we can do that for a whole community of kids in the Twin Cities, like that's a win, you know, that's going to benefit a lot of people as we move through the future.
And you know, every child comes in with their own superpower, right? And maybe a little lower on the other. And I think Mary spoke wonderfully to that is the ability to level up in the 3 different pillars of brain, social, and physical. And it's quite wonderful to see high performers in the movement side or the physical side interact with maybe some performers who aren't quite at their level yet. And to see that interaction and encouragement in such a positive way.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not see 2-year-olds fist bump each other and like and get excited about it too. So
that's awesome. Well, great guys. That was awesome hearing about KidStrong. I'm excited. I'm glad you're here. I'll post all the links to contact you in the description, and wish all the best of luck.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys.
And we can talk membership with your kids right now? Okay, great.
Yeah, for sure. Right after this.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us,
Kyle.
Kyle.
We appreciate it.